Hi guys, Jared with Awesome Sauce Electric here again, doing some home DIY. Now I had a question from one of my viewers about changing a 2-prong to a 3-prong. So we're going to get into that today, and remember, if you like these kind of videos, like and subscribe for more. Alright, so here's our outlet right here. Now let's go over some tools we're going to need. So first is a trim screwdriver, just to pull this plate off. And then we'll have maybe a pair of strippers, so you can re-strip and curl wires if you need to cut them for any reason. Our voltage stick, which is definitely handy to have with a 2-prong because you can't use a normal plug checker in here. You could just kind of stick it in a prong and see if there's power in there. And then your plug checker for when we put a new outlet in there. And then, as always, I like my M12 Impact. It's handier when you're doing outlets and things that aren't need as much torque. But that being said, let's get into it and see the options we have. Alright, so with our outlet here, starting with this point, this is in your wall, and some of you may use one of these adapters. It has a little ground piece on here that you can plug in, and you put this little trim screw through that, and it grounds it to the outlet. But the only way that it will actually be grounded is if this outlet would be in a metal box and it was piped back to the panel or MC. Now I have a piece of pipe here, you can kind of see it's called EMT. And there are some older houses with that. It's not out of the norm, but that would be the only way that this would actually ground your stuff. But the only downfall is it's permanently affixed like that, so it's always going to be sticking out of your wall. So let's get into taking this apart and then seeing what else we got going on. Now, for the sake of this video, there is a ground in here, but I capped it off because there isn't going to be a ground in your normal situation. So you're probably going to have some cloth wiring, and it's just going to have a hot and a neutral in there. So how do you go about grounding it? Well, if it's a metal box, there'll be a place in the back to put a ground screw in, and you could grab a either a piece of bare ground, which is just a wire stripped of its insulation, or get a green, and you're able to curl that around the screw and put it in the back. So we're going to take this off, and the 2 prongs we only have are neutral and are hot. So what I'm going to recommend is putting in a GFI. So here's our GFI. And when you open up the box, there'll be some stickers in here, and you'll want to save those. I'll show you why here in a second. So if you're able to, if you have the metal box and you're able to hook a ground out, you could put a regular 3-prong outlet in there and hook this ground to the ground screw of the outlet. But we're going to go ahead and put this GFI in. Alright, so we have our hot and our neutral. Let's go ahead and put our outlet in. GFIs normally have the pressure plate, so you don't have to curl the wire. Go ahead and tuck everything back in there. Now, something I want to say at this point is there's just one wired into this one, wired into this GFI. Now, you could tie, if there was another set of wires coming in, you could tie them together and put them both under the hot, or say this feeds down to say another outlet and then another outlet. You could line load them, which would be putting the second set of wires on the load side of this GFI. So if you had other 2-prong outlets, they would be under a GFI at least. Let's go ahead and put the plate on. Now, what we talked about with these stickers here is there's a bunch of different ones, and we're gonna want the one that says no equipment ground. And that right there is good for code. So that is how you take care of a 2-prong outlet, changing it to a 3-prong. Now there's a few different ways, and I hope you guys learned something. Okay, so now we got everything in, we got our sticker on, we got power going to this GFI. So we'll reset it, and we'll put our plug checker in. There's something I want to show you. So there's only one light on here. And what that's showing is an open ground, which means just like how we put our sticker on there, there's no equipment ground on there. So this is up to code and working well. All right, thank you everyone. I hope you learned something today, and please, if you have any other questions, put them down in the comments. I'll try and do a video. I'm working on this, guys, so we can do some more videos and get a broader span of things. But you know, if I forgot anything, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments, and yeah, keep coming back for more. Thank you.